Okay, says we're on. How you guys doing? We're back at the scene of the crime here. You can see it's fairly calm. It's cool outside. Little bit of clouds in the sky. There's one other guy fishing here besides me. I haven't seen him take anything. We're going back to the Cashmaster with the titanium leader in case anything decides that it's got more teeth than me. I want to thank all of you for showing up. Thanks for showing up for those little live things I did. I really appreciate it. Let's see what we got here. Other than nothing. Man, that thing casts like a dream. That's a nice, bright, flashing piece of metal that looks a lot like these little bait fish that are flopping around. And these bluefish are definitely predators. If they see something that looks slightly different than the rest of the pack, that looks like they're away from the herd, they're gonna jump them. That's all there is to it. No sooner did I get that video out yesterday, I got home and I saw something about government shutdown. Yeah, well, looks like the commander and thief ain't the person he makes himself out to be. Or maybe he is. I mean, he says he wants to be a dictator. He likes that. So many of our rights have already been eroded since last year. It's crazy. Just sheer insanity. I was able to get in touch with a friend of mine that just got back from Texas. He says he'll try to stop by tomorrow, Friday. So we'll see what happens with that. Normally when somebody tells me to call, or if somebody tells me they're going to call me or meet with me, that means that ain't happening. And it would be so easy to pick up the phone and say, hey, you know, something came up, I'll get right back in touch with you. Instead of having somebody hanging and waiting. It's called consideration. Yeah, something just popped out of the water over there. Could be snapper blues, I don't know. Certainly getting it out there far enough that I crank it a little faster. See if they want something moving a little faster. So far, I'm real happy with this fishing rod, this Silver Needle. It's beautiful, feels good in the hand. Matches up with the reel that I picked out, which is a Shimano Nashki 2500 series. And that'll handle anything that swims in here, as far as I know. Unless Jaws decides to revisit the area. Then I'm in trouble. We go up and ask this other fisherman if he knows if he caught anything or anything's been happening. But The fact that he's got a fishing rod says a whole lot instead of a rope and a chicken leg. Yeah, this thing really pops them out there fine. And there are little fish dimpling the surface. It looks like he's throwing, from what my eyeballs can make out, he's throwing a little shiny piece of metal as well. And again, this is modified so that I'm only using a single hook on this. Sets a lot easier when you're trying to set one hook instead of a 3 hook instead of treble hooks. Also, if you hook a fish, it's easier to get 1 hook out of them than it is to get three hooks out of them. And it does way, way, way less damage. Ah, that cast's so nice. I wish there was someplace where there was some fish. I guess all that hopes I had for getting stuff accomplished with Melissa worked out, but I don't know, seems like she flew the coop too. Everybody swears they're an advocate and, until you ask them for some help. Oh, there we go, little tackle malfunction. And like I said, that was Jasinia's boss at the time that Jasinia robbed my apartment. She could have put an end to that real quick. Like the day after, when I got back home and started making phone calls, like, what the heck you people think you're doing? Robbing my apartment. Melissa could have taken care of that. 1 phone call. She could have called the police and says, yep, there we go. I think I just felt a bump there. So she could have made 1 phone call and had Jasinia arrested and charged with burglary and abusing a senior citizen. And then the police could have followed up by filing charges like abusing the 911 system, and then we would get into the violation of the civil rights. So that never happened. Yeah, it feels like something's bumping this. What the heck? Maybe all them little fish are bumping it. They think this is this is that lunatic from the apartment. He has to come down here. So he's got to spoil the piece over at the apartment complex. Then he drives down here. And he figures, it's quiet here. Let me blast some music. Crazy. So the last thing I messaged Jose was I asked him to help me find another social work organization. because this one certainly isn't working out. Having children, trying to help 70-year-old, 71-year-old disabled senior citizens, it really doesn't mean anything to Jose. It means nothing to him. He's not 71. He's not disabled. He doesn't care. Or, I mean, that's what I have to go on. I mean, I have to go by what people do. And to bring me 2 bags of rotted groceries, man, what's it take to open the bag and look in there and say, oh man, all this stuff is rotten. I wouldn't feed this to a pig. So what do we got here? We got Karen Reed case. We're all but certain that Higgins is, and that's going to drag on because you know what's going to happen with that. Being Higgins is a cop, you know what's going to happen with that. Oh, he's a hero. He's a magnificent person. Wonderful. Oh, yeah. You're going to hear all of that garbage. Then you have Sean Reyes, who's making amazing headway. The fact that crying Brian Fahey lost qualified immunity. Man, oh man. Brian, if I was you, I'd pack up and move to China, where people like you were appreciated. Crazy, insane, gun-toting robots, automatons. So hopefully Sean will go for everything, put liens on everything he owns. I hope he does. And qualified immunity, Fahey losing qualified immunity means that this won't come out of the taxpayer's pocket for a change. For a change. And cops don't care because it don't come out of their pockets until now, until Fahey loses his qualified immunity, and hopefully many, many, many other cops will lose their qualified immunity in days to come. See, if I had to live off of what I caught, I'd be dead. Freshwater, you could always catch something, whether it's a bunch of sunfish, perch, eels, whatever, bass, who knows, you could catch something all year. And if there's ice on the lake or wherever you're fishing, chop a hole in it. Don't dump a jig or a lure down that. Something will eat it. Ice fishing's very popular because it's productive. Here, once these bluefish move out, you're on your own. And they're only here for a short period of time. You saw. I was down here every couple days. Every couple days I could walk, I was down here. And it just never panned out that there was anything in here looking to eat bait or to prey on the stuff that was eating the bait. Yeah, that really puts them out there nicely. So hopefully if Tom gets a chance, he'll show up tomorrow. Maybe. I'll get something accomplished. We'll see. He got most of his stuff taken care of that since he got back from Texas. He caught up with all his the backlog. And he's now looking for even more work. Can't imagine that wasn't a big drain on the system, him going down to Texas and closing out the estate of his dad. I mean, Nothing is free. So I'm sure a big chunk of change came out of his pocket. Tom's been pretty good to me throughout the years. We're going to try and get that one audio up on YouTube so you can hear it yourself. I'll see. I got that laptop that I don't know how to use, but this phone has a hotspot in it that the computer, the laptop links to, and supposedly whatever's on this phone is on the computer at that particular point in time. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Tom knows more about that than I do. These Shimano reels are so nice. And this is like one fifth of the price of one of their premium reels. Because fishing reels, you could spend $1,500, $1,700, $2,000, $2,500 on a fishing reel. I try and keep every one of my setups within $100, within that kind of a spending limit. Some of them went above that, but it's heavier tackle. When you're going after when you're going after big fish, you sometimes only have one shot at it. Again, I want to thank every one of you. Thank you so much. Keep checking out Here's the Deal. If you even get that where you're at, Here's the Deal on YouTube. Brian keeps putting up amazing content. And politically, he doesn't take either side. Same as me. I see corruption. I speak on it. It doesn't matter if it's from the right or the left. It's corruption. That's all there is to it. Some people are so stuck on, oh no, that's Donnie Dump. That's Donnie Dump. He's the savior. No, he's not. He's gonna gut this country before he's out. Yeah, I just wanted to get out, take a walk, cast this thing a couple times before I totally give up hope on ever fishing any place again that's worth fishing. I got the tackle. I got the experience. I waited this many years and was lied to all of these years. Oh, we're going to do something to help you do it. No, you ain't. You're going to do whatever you can to make my life worse. And if I don't like what you're saying, what you'll do is you'll call the police and have them kick my door in again. That's all you're going to do. Because once you got that Social Security card, that's a blank check for the government, man, to take you and hold you, and they could bill Social Security for whatever they. Oh yeah, well, while we were holding this guy, we had all this medical stuff for him. No, that ain't what happens. They say they do it, and they don't. Oh, we had to feed and house this guy. Yeah, right. What'd you feed him? Huh? Slop. As a matter of fact, there was just this thing on the news yesterday or early this morning about prisoners talking about the food in prison, what they're feeding them. It's some kind of bunch of stuff that they whip together. It's called Nutriloaf. I'm sure if you look up Nutriloaf, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just some bland thing that's supposed to keep you alive. So they're warehousing you in prison. I mean, what are they supposed to do? I don't have the answers for everything. I wish I had the answers to get out of the situation I'm in. Wish I had a decent lawyer that would pick up the. No, ma'am. This place is always not good.
Not good?
No good.
No good?
Yeah, next time. I think she's got that. They may have that boat there. Anyway, if it's not her, she was an awfully nice person to get out and say hello. So that thing with Melissa, I don't know. That doesn't seem to be working. Every time, and you know, I talked about it on the videos. Hey, I'm supposed to meet up with her. Never happened. Hey, I'm supposed to meet up with her. Never happened. Hey, I'm supposed to meet up with her. Never happened. And all it would have taken was a phone call. Hey, let me give this poor slob a call and tell him I can't make it. Instead of ghosting him. So, and those live things took forever to upload, my God. Hours. And everything changes. Every time I update this phone, something else will change. A symbol, something, a word. Instead of flipping and wiping and swiping, it's something else. Yeah, so far this rod seems to be very nice. It's a, what was it, 7 foot medium. 7 foot 2-piece medium. Which is way more, because when I did catch those little stinking snappers in here, I was using BFS, bait finesse systems. They're the smallest rods and reels you could get, and it was able to handle them fish no sweat. So it's something medium, which is a couple classes up from finesse. You have ultralight, you have bait finesse, ultralight, light, and then it keeps going up from there to more powerful rods for bigger fish. And you think, I'm telling you, this is miles of water. You would think something stupid was swimming through here that was looking for an easy meal. But that ain't the case. I don't know if you can see where that's landing. It's looks like it's close to 60, 70 feet, 80 feet out from me. And me retrieving that's a lot of water to cover. So you'd think that something within 80 feet would see this lure and hop on it, but forget it. Yeah, Karen Reed. Hopefully, I live long enough to see Higgins wind up in an orange jumpsuit. I hope. I want to see that. And I want to see Fahey wind up getting sued for everything he owns and his entire family in the street. The government wouldn't think twice about putting you in the street. The government wouldn't think twice about giving you a couple $100 ticket for putting a cigarette out and throwing it in the street. Government wouldn't think twice about bringing you up on false charges. They brought Karen Reed up on false charges. All false charges. And that's conspiring to deprive somebody of their civil rights. So there's a whole bunch of people involved with that. Judges, prosecutors, investigators. And the fact that Higgins is an ATF agent, and he's a screwball. He's as big as a screwball. Fahey is possibly more unhinged. Sean is lucky that Fahey didn't light him up right there on the front lawn. I gotta wonder what stopped Fahey from doing that. He's so out of control, and he knows Sean. It's not like he hasn't seen Sean several times before. And if you see Sean, odds are he's got a camera in his hand. It's not a sub sandwich. It's not a periscope. It's not a boom box. It's a camera, and Fahey knows that. And all of Fahey's buddies know that. So how they could fabricate all of those charges against that man is crazy. And Karen Reed, they were willing to get her executed because Higgins wanted to kill his competition. So, like I said, I hope I live long enough. And I can't get in touch with my doctor. I've been trying. You would think after almost 10 years of seeing a doctor, he knows my name, and he does. It's a very small practice. So he knows my name, he knows everything. And my blood type, what color my hair, my eyes, my toenails, everything. Every single thing he knows, so... So when I call the answering service over there, it usually gets satellited right to India. And if you want to give your information to somebody in India, that's on you. That's the home, the center on this planet for all of the phone scams you can imagine. Kolkata. That's who takes part in all of these phone scams, ripping people off for their Social Security, for their entire bank accounts. And they think that that's their culture, their heritage, they have to pass that down, thievery and lying and fakirs, and because they're more criminally insane than you are, that makes it totally legal that they rob you. That's the way certain people are. It's like you slap a badge on somebody and all of a sudden they know everything about cold fusion. They know everything about manufacturing. They know everything about everything. But once you get them on the stand, once you get them on the stand as defendant instead of officer, you see how much they know. They know nothing. Oh, I didn't know. And what's their bosses say? Oh, well, they're poorly trained. Well, why didn't you train them? And if there's more than one complaint on the person, on the officer, why wasn't something done? Oh my God, 71 years old, man. When I was a kid, we'd be lucky to scrounge up a pack of fish hooks between us. And I'm talking 10, 12 fish hooks. We were lucky. If we could scrounge up a pack of fish hooks. Now kids want guns. And I'm not against the Second Amendment. Don't get me wrong. I think that's essential. I think the Second Amendment is very important. Second important. I think the First Amendment is more important, which they're trying to squash. So, I don't know, guys. Oh, and Tom saw that live that I put up with that person saying, "Why doesn't somebody shut this guy up? His yammering." You know, and Tom thought that was hilarious. Not me. He thought that person came off like a total lunatic. The yammering. That sounds like something an alcoholic would say. Yammering. Yammering. You know, that way you can't say, well, you're cursing, there's something wrong with you. No, I said yammering. And then you can't bring up their alcoholism. You know, at least I don't curse. I'm just an alkie. Well, stay off of the damn web, for Christ's sakes. Don't drink and get on the web. Don't smoke DMT and get on the web. So, hopefully I'll be able to get that sorted out. It's going to probably be audio. It's definitely going to be audio and no video because I can't take pictures through the phone of me calling the hospital and ask to speak to somebody in administration. So you're just going to hear the audio, and that is one uncut call. It was call after call. So they would tell me they were a Chinese restaurant and to hang up or whatever. And I'd call back the exact same number, which is Monmouth Medical Center. And then they pretend that they were, you know, Chinese or whatever. Nobody's going to hear you. But you clearly hear me, the person on the other end, pick up and answer the phone as Monmouth Medical Center. How is that not a civil rights violation? I hope you saw that fish jumping over there. I hope you get a chance to hear that. We'll see. This area is just so damn terrible. See, I don't see enough stuff breaking the surface to make me want to change up to a surface lure. So I'm better off throwing this thing, which is subsurface, probably a foot deep, maybe at the furthest of the cast, it may be 2 feet deep, 3 feet deep tops. There's something's bumping into that. So you keep it down there in their area, in their safety zone. And fall right now is when freshwater, I would catch some of the biggest fish I caught all year. This is when they're feeding up big time. All the big ones are out trying to stuff themselves, go back out to sea into temperatures that they're more comfortable in rather than this shallow stuff where the water temperatures fluctuate so much. Let's see, maybe, let me see, I got my stuff over here. I stand in one place for a couple of seconds and stiffen up like plaster. Jeez. Let's see. The other day I threw a lure called a badonkadonk. Yeah, they make us say stupid things to get lures. Oh, let me see if I got something here. Let a little slack in that. Unclip this. clip it. Set my rod down safely so it's not dragging in the dirt. See, there's all kinds of goodies in here that, you know, if there were fish here, if there were, so we could even go to a tinier one. Could even go to a little tiny one. This one I took out and cleaned up real good the other night, so it's nice and shiny. Let me see. And this is nothing. This doesn't even scratch the surface of the tackle that I have. Doesn't even begin to scratch the surface. What do we got? We got the Badonkadunks. Couple of them. These are ancient. These are mirror lures. Geez, these are probably almost as old as I am. And then, of course, I got, you know, more metal in here. You know, just a little bigger and a little heavier to get more distance. But you're only getting so much distance with a lure, depending on the size. See, and I always carry these. See that? These work so well when there's fish around. So what I'll do is I will clip this little hair jig on. Make sure that that's clipped, and that's a little hair jig that'll supposedly attack the big ones, according to the guy at the big ones will jump on these, according to the guy at the tackle shop. And all the ads. Oh, that's the one. Oh, that's the one they catch the giants on. Yeah, all right. Let's see how this casts. About half as far. Not bad. Sometimes they want something like this, a hair jig, instead of, you know, a piece of metal. Crappies are like that. Sometimes they pick up hair jigs better than they do soft plastics or live baits. Some the way the hair pulsates underwater that attracts them. It looks good. Looks like a little bait fish. Looks like a little bait fish. I see that guy's got his flag at half mast. Dead across. I don't know if you could make that out. That flag, the American flag, is at half mast. I wonder if that signifies that. Now, I don't know what I heard is true. Is the government on shutdown or not? I'll do more investigation tonight. But that's the second time. Whoa, did you see that? That came right out of the water for that. Holy mackerel. We'll see what's on shutdown. So supposedly this is the second time, and the first time was when Trump was in office before that the government was shut down. How many failed businesses? How many sexual assault charges has that guy got? Jeez. It's the same as any other country, so people yelling and screaming, my country's better than your country, it's all garbage. It's all trash. It's all the same thing. I don't know if they found the secret to living forever or what. But you can, as far as I know, you can't take it with you. You can't take that money with you. And as far as I know, nobody's come back and says, oh, much better over there. Can't wait to see you. I don't know anybody that's come back and said that. Wonder what happens if I do I lose this? Let me see. If I shoot this out there and let it sink to the bottom, let's see what happens. I'll let it sink. I think that's enough time. That should be on the bottom. Twitch it around a little bit. Feels cluttered, mucky, seaweedy. Yeah. And usually when you're using light tackle like this, and it doesn't stand up to, other people's rope and chicken legs, you usually wind up losing some tackle when you snag up in their garbage. Yeah, those two guys are fishing right over there. He's got a snapper wrapper on. And I'm not seeing any splashing or just not seeing anything happening. Now when I pull this out, we'll see how clean. Actually, it's fairly clean for having just gone through all of that crud that it's gone through. Huh. Bottom's cleaner than I thought. Let it sink. I wonder how hard it would be to live on one of them big boats over there. It's bigger than my apartment. I think the dampness would get to me though. Plus you got to think about maintenance in an area like this. There's got to be stuff like barnacles and all kinds of stuff you gotta look out for. And how do you do that? Well, I guess you either do it yourself or have it pulled out of the water and have that boatyard scrape and reseal the bottom, and that's got to cost thousands. Yeah, it was real nice to see that Brian Fahey lost qualified immunity. Really nice to see that. So glad. And his four other buddies They listen. I guarantee you, they'll offer Fahey a little bit of a sweetheart deal if he gives up the names of his buddies that were on that overtime scheme with him. I guarantee it. And he'll turn on them so fast. You'll see the honor in the Blue Brotherhood. How fast they turn on each other. That was a pretty sweet deal, man. $80,000 a year in overtime and never having to leave the office. Yeah, that bottom seems to be fairly clear. Surprise, surprise. Oh, we're just about ready to pack it in. There ain't nothing here. Hopefully I'll see Tom tomorrow. Hopefully. Hopefully, we'll see. We shall see what we shall see. Yeah, so this gets a passing grade for working well today. Not that I caught any fish, but I didn't lose anything. I didn't fall in the water. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you. I hope I've said something useful, something informative. If there's commercials in here, it ain't because I put them in here. I hit that switch that says no commercials, no nothing. So it's probably one of the only YouTube sites that does that. Everybody's looking to cash in and be a big YouTube star. They're gonna make millions. Let me see, how the heck do I tighten this thing? I wanted to tighten this up. Yeah, that might do it. Pull it in a little closer to me. There we go. Let's see if I got that in there. That is one heck of a setup. One heck of a setup. Thank you so much, folks, for joining in with me. Thank you. Thank you. Have a very uneventful event.